What's up, everybody? This is Tell It How It Is, No Filter. It's me, How You Stop Him, aka Hush, aka Voice of Reason, aka Unstoppable Hush, aka No Noise. And this is episode 147. Happy holidays. What's going on? Um, Definitely fourth quarter, with my weekly installments. Month of December, I figure I'd greet y'all with that because this is the time of year, man-made, that supposed to be all like loving and coming togetherness and all such. I mean, I feel like it's a time for that in general overall throughout the year, but I know they use this month as a lane for that. So just wishing everybody the best, prosperity, happiness, everything you wishing for and hoping for. You know what I'm saying? So I'll start with that. Excited for this. The Drake and Kanye concert. Man, breathtaking. Listen, free Larry Hoover, by the way. This was an event to watch. I mean, we've gotten some great things over the past year, especially with this versus thing, you know what I mean? And situations like that. But this was iconic for real. I mean, you got two juggernauts, clearly. You can say what you want about Drake and all the controversy over the years. You can say what you want about Kanye, if not even more controversial, more messy, more crazy looking. But you put those two together, I loved it. I loved it. I loved the stage. I loved the way it looked, the way it was choreographed, everything. You know what I mean? And if you're like me, and I rarely mention my artistry in here, you dream of that. You know what I'm saying? If you get a chance to actually do that, if I was actually able to physically be there, it would have been almost as if I was on stage. You know what I'm saying? But again, I could talk about this whole time. The whole episode could be the Drake and Kanye concert. I mean, things they did, if you want to be an instigator, if you want to choose sides, I enjoyed the Drake side slightly more. There was some songs Kanye did that I felt he could have said, but I get the catalog. He still gave us important joints. He gave the important ones. So he was able to get a pass on like the other ones he did, which wasn't too far off and too far fetched. I'm not sitting here criticizing like it was a big like part of the decision of if we can say we really enjoyed it. Like he didn't go too left where it affected the overall message. And again, the overall message is dope, man. I'm not even really entertaining or getting into the whole negative side of it as far as, the issues they've had in the past allegedly on, where we can see for the fans to see, but nonetheless, whatever they had and whatever issue, and I said it too. I said, even if this is not fully genuine and they don't become buddy buddy, which I don't expect them to, whether they go back to how they were, who knows? But for that moment in time, it would be stamped and it was dope. I don't care if that's just like a temporary fix or something that's not everlasting. It's gonna be everlasting because there's footage, and that's the thing with devices. And today, you can really capture shit, and it's there forever, man. So for that to be in the memory bank, I could go back to that in whatever years I want, and really, indulge. That was something that I will be going back to watch, time and time again. Uh, it's hats off. It's hats off. Check it out. It's on YouTube. I think it's on like it's affiliated with Amazon, and I forgot the other name of the other people. When you watching and you pull it up to the bottom right, you gonna see the names. But I know Amazon is definitely in there, so I think you can watch that on Amazon Prime, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? So dope, dope. I can just take moments and just like flash back to when I was watching it, man. Like I loved it, man. That I would pay for that. Like that's a concert I would pay to go to. Like there's a lot of concerts that are selling out and people are going to, and it's not to criticize anybody specifically, but there's not many concerts I'm going to. I'm sorry, but I would pay to see that. Me personally, you feel me? So that's it, man. Shout out Drake and Kanye and for what they put together to give us. You know what I mean? They kind of owed us that, and I'm glad they paid their debt. So, however it goes moving forward, just Godspeed. So, other music related, Tory, man. Why does all the talented motherfuckers like are attached to some mental questionable red flag type of shit, whether it's true or not? And I'm not here to tear that down like it's actual factual, like I'm there witnessing. I'm just saying. And then musically I'm a real harsh judge. I do the music and I'm fucking criticized daily, and I need it because I use that as fuel, so I know I get better because I love it. Don't tell me I'm nice. Good. Don't tell me that. I don't need a crowd. Anyway, that was being a little silly, but a little cocky too, to let you know that I get busy. But anyway, Tory, man, that was creative. Alone at Prom. Am I saying that right? I'm sure that's enough of the title that if you put Tory Lanez name with it, you'll get it. So that was dope. That was an 80s theme. That's dope. A friend of mine gave me the catalog, like the different things that he's done, the different types of albums, reggaeton and stuff like that. And I'm not saying I'm a fan of it all, but I gotta say that I needed that too. Right around the holidays. He's strategic with his shit too. So shout out Tory Lanez and that project. I'm digging that. Go check it out. Alone at Prom, Tory Lanez. This shit is fire. I mean, I really enjoy that. It's been a good month musically. Rick Ross, Richer Than I Ever Been. It's cool. Got some joints on there. It's cool. I ain't trying to be funny. I was, Rick Ross, Rose. I could admire his accomplishments. I can admire his ambition. And Negroes don't need that. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not sitting here trying to make somebody feel better because my honest opinion of them lyrically may not be where they feel they deserve to be placed. But that's the whole thing with this. And in anything you do something, and if you truly love it and you're truly passionate about it, that part is irrelevant. You know what I mean? I mean, I know numbers and the money, that will reflect that the way you feel about your stuff, you have evidence that it's a majority vote. But if you don't get those votes, that don't minus the credibility. That don't minus the blood, sweat, and tears that you put in for something that you really love. This is not even about music right now. I'm just talking about anything you do, because every lane has levels. People who are well known for it doesn't make them the best, but they're the best that's known. One of the best that's known. What about the people who do that same thing that's not known? You know what I'm saying? They probably could give that best known a run for their money. We will never know, because you see, the world is not designed to go out and really seek that. You know what I mean? If you find somebody great at something and they blow up and they become famous on it, you figured you did your they did your due diligence. Like, okay, so this person that's famous now used to once not be. So they figured that's the end of the story right there. But that's that's a city, a specific block in a specific neighborhood. You don't understand that there are a lot of talented people in the world under various umbrellas of subjects of talent. You know what I mean? Like, again, it's not just about music. And I'm really kind of stumbling stuff, because it's real, because I don't want you to need recognition. I don't want you to look for fans to really validate your shit. I didn't even really mean to go this into it, but I must say, whatever you believe in, whatever you're doing out there, continue to do it, and don't look back. Don't look to the side. Don't look to the left. Don't look for comments. Don't look for nothing. The minute you finish with something, and I think I told somebody this as well. The minute you finish something, you on to the next thing. The only people you should let slow you down is actual business partners or actual investors or actual people that is going to do something with and for the shit you got going on. That's the only thing you should be entertaining or caring about or giving your attention to, you know, because stress kills. I said that in the last episode, but that's another lane of people allowing stress to take over when you sit there and you worrying about what other people think and why they're not responding and why, you know, they can share. I seen another meme. You can wish Tory Lanez happy birthday, but not your own man's. You know what I'm saying? So, or post that it's his birthday and not post your people's. However they slice that. But it's just so draining trying to sit there and figure out why. So if you're going to use energy, you might as well just use it on you and for you for what you're doing. Think of things outside the box. Like try to really like come up with other ways but still stay within range and just use your energy for that. And again, you don't slow down. The minute you finish something, you jump right back. It's like, you know, you go to the pool or the beach or whatever in the summertime, you're on a little vacay or whatever. What sense does it really make to get in the water, get wet, come out, dry off, you damn near all the way dry, then go back in the water? You might as well stay wet. Feel me? Pause. But keep going. And I don't want you looking at who's paying attention or who's really showing the love, because paying attention and showing love is two different complete aspects of it, because they watching. Believe that. I mean, you should be able to use that as adrenaline and confidence alone. Like, they watching. You know, if you have multiple platforms to put things, not just, you know, YouTube, because YouTube could hurt your feelings, because I don't think they could watch and don't record it, the number of people. You know, if it's showing you got 10 views, I highly doubt 20 people seen it, because it would say 20. But like your social media, that's through the roof. And now this thing with Reels, there's Reels in Facebook, Reels in Instagram. It may be somewhere else. That's the ones I know more. And, you know, it does reach more people. It shows numbers that's, you know, obvious that this shit is getting shared for real, even if it's just a moment. So, like, just continue to do you, man, and that's it. Football, it's at its tippy. It's getting dicey. I said that already. Shout out to all the first place teams. Let me shout y'all out now, because my next pod, that shit could change. But what I've last checked is Arizona, the Patriots, the Ravens, the Bucks, Tampa Bay, Green Bay, the Chiefs, the Cardinals. And shout out if I left anybody else out. But yo, these are the top teams right now. Compared to last year, if you're really a football head, who's missing? And who wasn't there before? But I know the normal names. Packers are usually in the talks. The Chiefs are usually in the talks. Patriots, even without Brady, they weren't in the talks last year. Cowboys are first too, I believe, still. Days or so, I don't know with them, but they get busy. There's questions around Dax, but other than that, they get busy. So let's pay attention, because even if you don't care, you don't watch the entire season, people love to fast forward to the interesting part. Playoffs, Super Bowl. Some people just wait for the Super Bowl. Either way, that's tapping on the door. So stay tuned to that, and it's getting real. You know, people are in their feelings about these next couple of weeks with who wins and who doesn't. So Shout out to that for sure. The Suns and the Warriors, I'm not a fan of either. Meaning, like, they are good, but I have to give credit when it's due. They are playing. You know what I'm saying? It's early still. You're going to tell me that, especially who are people who are not fans of those two teams per se, but they're balling. And I had to just shout that out because I'm seeing them take it to another level. You know what I'm saying? Chris Paul on the Suns, he's still looking like he 20 something. Kind of got that LeBronish type energy. You know, when you think LeBron can't give you too much more spectacular shit, there he goes. There he goes. So shout out for that. It's super early. We're going to go back into them and the other teams who are shining right now, like Chicago, Charlotte Hornets. You know, I don't know if they had little losing streaks since, like, some uproars of some impressive shit that I'm seeing on the floor. Shout out to Popovich, man, because the Spurs, regardless of what their record is, that is a coach, man. Like, in my era, and everybody, can attest to that. In their era of their life, there's that one coach that is like, yo, this man can coach. Like, I think Pop could coach football possibly if he knew anything about the game or like that. Because when you're that ill, I think you can take it anywhere as long as you know the sport you coaching. You feel what I'm saying? That's a little outside the circle of the lines of where I'm supposed to be going with it. But just shout out Pop, man. Like, I think he's closer in some wins or something they're paying attention to with how many wins he got. That's amazing, man. Like, what he continued to be able to get these guys to do. You know, you're getting paid the millions, so everybody's gonna criticize, like, yo, what you get paid, you should be balling out. You know what I mean? But just shout out to that. And let's start to dive deep. Fellas, it takes a while. It may take a lifetime. You can't figure it out. You can't try to dissect it and understand it. You either gonna do certain shit and just deal with the consequences if it comes out, or just try to get over. When I say this, I am talking about, excuse me, ladies, the PUSSY, vagina. It's like, when you have one, you're supposed to just enjoy that one. Never astray. It's very important how they take and receive things of that nature that their partner had no business doing. Now I'm kind of like leading you on to get you to pay attention to what I'm really about to break down. Fellas, it's not worth it, man. It's not. I've said this before. This is repetitive, If people are watching that really watch all the time, you'll be able to call me out on that. But for people who don't watch all the time, you're not going to be able to tell. But what I'm saying is, I'm not trying to go down the same lane. What I'm saying is, like, it's mental, man. Like, it'll never, like, I can have a sit down and have 4 guys, 4 girls. It'll never be like, it'll never come to an agreement, like with the government. Like, it'll never. You can't justify and understand how each party feels about this. So, like, for the guy's sake, yo, he just wanted a different flavor real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't really want to violate the unity. He didn't really, like, some. I'm not saying all. There's some people who just, like, that's them. It's in their DNA. They just gonna be a beast and just eat it. And maybe because this approach I'm trying to attempt to do hasn't worked for them, or they feel like it's too draining, or it's on deaf ears. But I'm going to still make that attempt. So, mentally, we not treating it like women do. And all women don't. And that's not enough for us to use that as like a counter to do the shit we do. So, like, if for the most part the women you selected, you have done a decent job with, and they say that you don't understand, like, I give my body to you, it's mental, I'm really into you, that's why I'm giving you my body. I'm not giving you my body because I'm horny or I just want some, which some do move like that. But for the majority masses, and I don't even know what number that could be. I'm just saying, let's just say the majority of who you've dealt with. If you've dealt with serious young ladies that, you know, they kind of got their shit together or know the direction of their life, it's actually fucked up because it's very ambitious and attractive. We want you to know. We want you to know what you want out of this life. We want you to have some plans sorted out already. We want you to be on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a good look. But you see, even in that good look, there's that shit that trip us up because it's like, oh, if I do everything to make you happy, if I do everything to kind of make sure shit is running normal and smooth, you see, that's where the problem comes, because you're gonna think that we feel we're privileged because of this providing. But no, it is. But like, we can't psychologically connect because we don't mean it in a sense of, oh, I did this for you, I did X, Y, and Z, so you owe me to let me do me. No, that's asinine. That's crazy. People may think like that. What I'm saying is, because of the effort put in and how happy you seem to be and how happy you are, why can't he just get one off if it don't directly affect? But because y'all, you know, emotions and feelings are vital, you know, they can tell when something's off, especially if you have a set routine every night. So now, you know, the dude comes and he gets in bed. You know, you think they're going to do this, you know, usual ritual, whether they getting it in that night or they just cuddling. It's emotional. So we could come from various lewd acts in that day, wash off, and come do regular routine shit, as I just said. Some women will look at that like, you're insane. Never could I do that. So what I'm basically trying to say is, fellas, use your mental. If you got somebody you kind of want to really rock out with, really see what's good all the way, you got to let temptation die. You know, and I'm gonna give you another pointer. Like, don't try to like embark on this type of thinking and emotions women have with this. Like, you can't alter it. Maybe over time, maybe through some actions, through some examples. You know, if you really draw up a blueprint of how you intend to approach your lady and to making her understand that you stepping out ever once in a while means absolutely nothing and shouldn't affect the relationship at all, they're gonna look at you like, are you kidding me? And there's no way to kind of like, I know you're gonna have a story somewhere in the world where there's a guy that has two women. I'm not even talking about the religion part of it. I'm just saying in general, there's somewhere on earth where right now a man is amongst two women. He gets to have sex with both, and they have some sort of arrangement agreement. Now, who's going to agree that this should be the way of life all around? The other problem we have, fellas, kind of hypocritical, is that, yeah, we could tell our spouse, our significant other, our etc., that, yo, I'm just doing me, you know, I know where home is, I know how to take care of everything, and I got you, but that's just something, a little scratch, itch that you had to scratch. But now if a woman puts that same thing in play, you feel away, you in your feelings. Indecent proposal. Not the best example in really relating to this, but get that. $1 million to let you smash my wife. Or a night with your wife, my wife, whatever. $1 million. Somewhere that bothers me. Somewhere deep inside. I'm talking about if I have no money at all to my name, nothing, zero, no money to my name and nothing coming soon, I'm still gonna feel away. Go get that million real quick. Yo, shit is crazy, right? So I say that to say the pride of us also is a factor into why we can't come to common grounds on this. Fellas, you can be just strong and picky, super selective, and say, hey, whoever I deal with, I need multiple or another act going on while we doing us. Because I just like different flavors like that. That's me. AKA, I'm a player, I don't want to settle down. No. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's too difficult a subject, and I love talking about the ones that's difficult. And whether I get to a solution or not, it's cool. But, damn. Just don't do it, man. You know, you got to put the pride away, because a lot of us would look at it like, yo, well, she running things, and how come it's how she wants it? And any complaints you have about a female you're dealing with or with, you probably should leave them alone, because it's always going to be some shit. But you're not supposed to put your feelings into that, because remember, you chose this woman or she chose you, and y'all decided together, joint thing, to give this a go. So just know that you can't use force. It may not happen overnight. It may not happen for a week. Because once some shit pop off, man, shit is all left now. So don't go against the grain if possible. I know, you know, once a female's mind is made up, it's usually very hard to alter that. Especially in something like this, where she'll feel like she has well and proven rights that she can trip about this. Men will sit there, and that's why I took the moment of silence. Men will sit there like, what bothers us? Like, what do we have as an example of some shit we just not taking, versus the woman's, you know, you cheat them out. It's so important to just be in that one PUSSY, one Gina. They want to, you know, feel like it's theirs. And it is theirs. It's not enough if they hear anything, if they suspect anything, they don't feel it no more. When we get with our lady, and we know that's, you know, good for a long while. We don't know how long specifically. We can't put an exact date on it, but we love it. So, trying to unpack it and give you some type of insight. If they're worth it, man, just follow that one thing, man. A lot of them, you know, that's the only thing. Just don't do that. Don't go after no other PUSSY or Gina, and we could work through the other shit if you got huge potential, both parties. But I thought I would get y'all something out of this, and, you know, I don't know if I'll double back. It was a very good point to try to attempt to dissect. But as for right now, man, do what you do. A lot of y'all are stubborn, and that's okay. I don't have a problem with that. What I'm saying is, I don't think we ever gonna have that solution with a majority vote. Again, you're gonna find some women with it. Somebody's gonna be with it. But to think that as the norm, nah. You really can't go into nothing else. You know, and like I said, vice versa, it may not be fair, it's biased, because vice versa, the guy would be like, yo, this shit crazy. He'll probably just revenge it all. Like, it'll be like a revenge mission for him. You know what I'm saying? But, we could say things like meditate and masturbate. Sorry, I ain't really mean to go like extra graphic on that. I'm trying to help the fellas out with the whole situation, because I know what it's like to want to just taste something else. You know, sometimes you know, you do your bid and you feel like you deserve like a little. If you don't drink alcohol for 12 months and then you go somewhere you just happen to be and you come across a bar and the music is right. You know, I ain't trying to set the scene and the tone to make you drink, but if you want to have a drink, why can't you? You know what I'm saying? But this is a whole different thing, and women got emotions, and they just don't want nobody else, like territorial too. They don't want nobody else looking at it like, okay, yeah, she vouched and that's her man and all of that, but the things he do. And then it doesn't help if, you know, there's instigation and they can compare that the man performs in the same fashion. It's just so many doors to open up that's not in our favor, because if we step out on the low and do it and the side chick love it and that ever comes out, you know, she can use that angle to get under the skin of your real one. The territorial thing mixed with that, where they can just act in general, make little comments, little sidebars like, you know, it's so grimy. You know what I'm saying? Guys, you know, may not say that you can rely on all guys, but women, if you do your side little shit because you actually understand this theory and you need, like, you know, a different flavor sometimes, which I'm not condoning. I'm the biggest hypocrite like any man. Like, you know, you want to do you, but your lady can't do them. But some people learn and just go, you know what, I'm biting the bullet. I'm just not going to do nothing. I don't want to play them type of games, because you see, it's mental. So if you start that type of thing up, I don't care how strong you are, fellas, mentally, you don't want them problems. You don't. Unless it's not somebody that you really see yourself with. Because this whole conversation is based off that. If you don't agree there, then there's nothing else for us to say. Just do what you want to do. But I'm just talking about for somebody you actually care about and want to give it a real go and see where it takes y'all. And y'all can like have countless memories. That's just so dope. You got to kind of just feed and have energy for that alone. Because it takes energy to do that other shit. I don't care how convenient you think you have it or how much you need it, so you're willing to say, F it, I don't care if I got to take a boat to Jerusalem. So it's just crazy. I can't really dissect it the way I want. You know what I'm saying? It's actually making me feel like my job's not done here. But I'm going to still wrap up shortly and just advise the guys, listen, get off on your own. There's no limit to that. It's a temporary fix. It's just not real satisfying depending on where your drive is. But do that and then just get a rest to your lady, man. I know sometimes you got to just get one off. Like, that's what it is. Like, your lady don't want nobody getting that. You know what I'm saying? Let the napkin or hand towel or toilet get that. Sorry, graphic. I'm just keeping it stacked. Like yo, get it off if you need to, and then save the time for your lady. So I know partners that look at that crazy. That's like, yo, I don't do that. All right, you ain't gotta. It's not the only solution, and I'm not even saying it's the best solution. I'm just giving an advice to something to give you something to work with. Because if you don't have nothing, unless you can use your dream chasing and your hobbies or whatever and stay busy that way, which is a strategy you can use. You know what I mean? So you don't go chasing thought activity. But it's insane to think, and nobody's questioning this probably, even the women. It's insane to think that, you know, not even all men, just like, let's say it's a female and a group of her homegirls, and they just saying out of them, why can't such and, you know what I'm saying? But this will always be a battle. That's the point. It's always going to be a battle, and I think women are not easing up on this. If anything, it's harder. And for the guys, there's nothing you're going to come away with that easily. Yeah, granted, you know, there are some who can influence and convince, but I still think you would have to like really work hard to see if that's an actual thing or they pulling your leg. You know what I'm saying? So women want the stability, confidence, and semi-control of your actions as their man, as their partner. And if it's not, it's going to lead them back ugly. I'm telling you. So just try to figure out your specific partner and how that goes. And you can't try to, like, I tell you what the no-nos are. You can't try to, like, how you call it? Pick at her brain about why not. Just leave it alone. If they adamantly shut it down, don't try to bring up scenarios or possible justified reasons for having this conversation and they possibly agreeing to you doing you. What is the Jada Will situation? I don't want to get back into that. These are little examples of why, things could go left even when they seem smooth. But again, if that's so huge for the person you with, just try not to do it at all. Don't look at it as like, oh, I got one or I could get one. Just let it be. And then, everybody's so independent these days in the mind thinking they think they're independent. So that's a part of why they're not having it. You know what I'm saying? Guys, we're not going to win. If I come up with something, no matter how many episodes later, I will double back and give a definite solution if I come up with one, or at least a better way than what I'm giving you today. And ladies, we can't change y'all. And I'm not trying to. You know what I'm saying? Just be mindful of situations. You can't save every dollar. You're going to spend some money. And spending money is equivalent to a relationship where you got to give some and take some. It's flex. But I know that we'll never get y'all to agree to that. Extra PUSSY angina. And for the ones that do allow that, I really would watch closely and hope and pray it could stay stable. Because that's another thing before I get out of here. If you get a woman to agree to some shit like that, how stable are y'all? And you may not see that right away. And it may not eliminate y'all, but when you go do you and you come back, that should still be lingering. Like, well, how was I able to do that? Think about it. Till next time, stay safe, stay warm. Men, don't cheat. Unless you desperately have to. I'm kidding. Stay straight, stay real. Stay 100. Love your partner. Respect them. Holla.